You told me, DC, that this fight between Mayweather and Conor McGregor could outsell the Pacquiao fight strictly based on the fact that Conor could carry a promotion himself. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, Manny was a big pay-per-view draw, but Manny Pacquiao's pay-per-views weren't consistently a million, 1.3 million and a half buys, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's Conor McGregor all day, I say because of this fight happening proves that Conor McGregor is the best promoter in fight sports that we've seen in a really, really long time.
Mm-hmm. And you think the fact too that Pacquiao's not the biggest talker, that maybe some pay-per-views was left on the table.
Well, he's not the best. He's not the biggest talker. English is obviously not his first language, so sometimes things can get lost as he's delivering his message.
Mm-hmm.
Conor's brash, man. Conor's clear. Conor, everything he wants to get across to you, you will get clear and concise. That's what he is. I mean, honestly, man, there is no talker like Conor McGregor. Floyd's always been the guy to have to carry a promotion every time he fought.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, I know he won't, because he knows that if he does, he does his part, Conor does his part, then you got the greatest selling pay-per-view in the history of sports. But if he wanted to, he could take a back seat. He didn't have to do it. He could sit back and let Conor do it, and they would still do massive numbers.
You've obviously had interaction with Conor. You've been on set with him and things like that. Is this just who he is? Is this kind of all showmanship? What do you take away from being around him as far as the things that come out of his mouth and the way he carries himself is concerned?
Conor is who he is, but reality, when I meet him and I talk to him in person, he's so respectful,
mm-hmm.
nice, down-to-earth guy, man. He really is. I think a lot of people have said that for time, you meet Floyd, right? So you meet Floyd. Floyd is this great guy. But
yeah.
The persona is what the public sees. So people believe the persona is really who he is. And then at times, they start to live the persona,
mm-hmm.
And, I think Conor lives the persona a little bit more today than he did back then, but still down to earth, very respectful. And the one thing you get from Conor when you're in contact with him personally, he's a fan of the sport more than you would think from just kind of watching from afar. He really does like the sport of mixed martial arts.
And DC, you're a huge boxing fan. I mean, huge
Yes.
boxing fan. Obviously, your job is in mixed martial arts. Being that you've been on a fan of one side of the spectrum and you're a world champion on the other side, how crazy is this for you that this fight is happening?
Unbelievable. I never thought that this fight would come to pass. No, Pete, the thing is, that's why I say Conor's the greatest promoter of all time, because how did he do this?
Yeah.
How did a guy... Because truth of the matter is, Floyd had to listen for this to happen,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Floyd had to take notice. Like, how did Conor McGregor, a mixed martial arts guy that really doesn't have he has no boxing experience, get the attention of the pound for pound number one fighter in the world and maybe of the best boxer of all time?
Mm-hmm.
How did he do that? That's why I say he's the greatest promoter of all time. I mean, this guy, he managed to get Floyd Mayweather to fight him. There are boxers in the world right now, Pete, that are much more deserving of that mega fight in terms of credentials,
mm-hmm.
but they could never get Floyd's attention to make Floyd listen.
That's right.
Conor did that. That's why I say he's the greatest promoter of all time.